This one's going to be a fun one today. Ben and I are going to take a little bit different approach, and you're going to get to see a little bit of the behind-the-scenes evil that has been wrought by the powers that be and their attempts at censorship. We had one episode called Sins of the Past where we talked about COVID, and they flagged us for medical misinformation. So they take your episode down, and the first time you were given a warning. And you can see here, this is the channel violation warning. The way YouTube works is you are never going to get rid of this no matter how good you behave until you go through their re-education program. You could have the most popular channel on YouTube and you will never make a nickel off of it because in order to monetize, you can't have any kind of violation warnings or anything on your channel. In order to remove our warning, we decided that we were going to go through and show you today just what they do to you when you dare to speak out of turn. Hello and welcome to the Tinflow Hat Club. I'm Kyle.
And I'm Ben.
Thank you for joining us yet again. So this one's going to be a fun one today. Ben and I are going to take a little bit different approach, and you're going to get to see a little bit of the behind-the-scenes evil that has been wrought by the powers that be and their attempts at censorship.
I thought you were going to say are evil.
Well, they are evil. No doubt about that. But really what we're going to do today, and this is something that goes back to when we first got on to YouTube. Ben and I have always said and always made the pact that we would be honest at all times. We would not suppress our speech because we think truth is more important now than it ever has before, and it's getting harder and harder to find.
Yep.
And I think we've gotten to the point with censorship where people literally censor themselves.
Yeah.
Right. Which is the most terrifying place to be, because if you can get people to censor themselves, then your freedom of speech is dying quickly.
Yeah. I noticed there's a lot of things you can't say anymore.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because it's too harsh?
Hate speech.
Life's too harsh.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's getting like, it's not even like veiled anymore. Again, we talk about that all the time too, but it's like openly being suppressed.
Yeah.
And we're going to get into a lot of things today because we also feel like, and some people may look at that and go, hey, you guys are just whining because your videos aren't doing what you wanted to do. But I'm going to share some math with you today that just doesn't make sense. And where I'm going with that statement is we feel like on YouTube specifically, some of our videos and some of our episodes are being suppressed behind the scenes, because that's kind of what they do now. It may not be openly, coming for you, but they just suppress you algorithmically behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like this last week's episode, if you haven't watched with trafficking, go watch that, or Trafficked is the name of the episode, with Tracy McDaniel, which is a harsh topic, but it's unfortunately happening in our world. And we already know that the suppression of that type of stuff exists because we watched what they did when The Sound of Freedom came out. It's they were gunning for that movie. And I'm like, why? I'm like, we're highlighting something that actually happens in the world, and they try to label it QAnon and all these other things. And I'm like, well, why would you do that? I'm like, if we're talking about children being put in harm's way, wouldn't we want to talk about that and do everything we could to keep that from happening again?
Yeah.
So it just doesn't make sense. And it seems like anytime we use any kind of buzzword in the episode at all, no matter what the overall theme of the episode is, they suppress the episode. We can talk to Tom Noss all day long or Derek Gilbert about the gates of hell, but if we get into anything that is risky, then they come gunning for us.
We could probably put like a half naked person and it would get like thousands, millions of clicks.
They'd probably push it like crazy.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit that goes into this, but one of the things is we are going to share with you, and we are going to go through this together so you can see with your own eyes just what happens on these platforms when you are labeled bad boys and girls.
Yeah.
And they come gunning for you. And here's the background to this. So when Ben and I first got onto YouTube, which I want to say was maybe at the end of last year, was when we first started going onto YouTube, we hooked our RSS feed, which is how all of our episodes go out to everybody, is via RSS feed for the most part. There's a technical thing there I could go on and explain, but I'm not going to. But the audio portion of our podcast on YouTube, because you can either listen to it or you can watch it and listen to it, of course. The audio portion is actually fed from our provider via our RSS feed. So when you go on Spotify, Apple, you're listening to the linked RSS feed from wherever the host platform is that gets sent out. So like I said, I could get more technical, but I'm not going to do that. That just gives you enough information to understand. So what happened was all of our episodes up to that particular point kind of got blasted onto YouTube. And we had one episode called Sins of the Past.
Yeah.
Where we talked about COVID. And there you go. I used a code word or a keyword right there. That's probably going to instantly get us suppressed. Maybe not banned, but just suppressed.
Yeah.
Where we talked about that and they flagged us for medical misinformation.
Yeah.
And they took our episode. They instantly take your episode down. Okay. Instantly. Like that's not even a question. And there's no way to fight that. You can appeal, but the appeal process is kind of a joke.
Yeah.
So they take your episode down. And the first time you were given a warning. They don't punish you other than take your episode down. And then they tell you, I think it's 30 days or 60 days or 90 days, whatever. If you don't have anything else, then, I was under the impression at the time that would drop off. Well, it just so happens that 2 episodes later, we made another show called There Must Be Less, I think is what the episode was. And you can go check these out on our website because they are available on our website. Because our website is actually, at least the audio portion right now, is being fed via our provider, which is Podbean, not via YouTube. And those are older episodes that are audio only anyway. Now, if you go watch the video episodes, those are all actually being fed right now via YouTube.
Yeah.
Kind of, and that's technical too. You can actually go to the audio portion of our website where it's just episodes. And all the new episodes are being fed both audio and video. So anyway, you can go find those episodes there. That's the easiest way to get to them. So they took that episode down. And because we didn't go their 30, 60, 90 or whatever it was days with being good boys and, playing along, then they actually issue your first strike. And your first strike is now you not only get your episode taken down instantly, but then you can't post anything or comment for a week. You're basically a viewer for a week. And you can't do anything. Your control is taken away. And then as you go, strike 2, strike 3, and then I think strike 4, and you're out. And each penalty obviously gets worse. Yeah. So we went 90 days from our strike, and I was looking on our dashboard one day, and I'm like, okay, cool. We should be good. And I got to looking, and I'm like, why do we still have a channel violation warning on our channel?
Yeah.
And then I read this. And we're going to be sharing the screen today so you guys can see this. And you can see here, this is the channel violation warning. The way YouTube works is you are never going to get rid of this no matter how good you behave until you go through this program that we're getting ready to show you, which is basically their re-education program. Okay?
Yeah.
And until you do this, you could have the most popular channel on YouTube and you will never make a nickel off of it because in order to monetize your channel, you can't have any kind of violation warnings or anything on your channel.
Yep.
Okay. So we also know that we have an episode coming out probably in a couple weeks from when you're listening to this, or actually the following week whenever you hear this, a couple weeks from when we're recording it, that we know more than likely, very good likelihood, it's a conversation with Doug Van Dorn, that is going to probably get hit by the censors.
Yeah.
If not, and we skate through that, at least we're going to get probably suppressed, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But in order to remove our warning, we decided that we were going to go through and show you today just what they do to you when you dare to speak out of turn. So we will begin the community guideline strikes process today. So when we come up here, the first thing we're going to do, and you're going to see this, when you receive a strike, it can be one of two types. So you can have a copyright strike too if you put something on there. That's not what we had. We had what they call the second type of strike, which is the second paragraph on there, which is a community guideline strike. These are issued when we remove content because it violates YouTube's community guidelines. This includes, but is not limited to, instances of nudity or sexual content, violent or graphic content, harmful or dangerous content, which would be what we fell into under the medical misinformation section.
Yeah.
So, and then we can click learn more, and you can read their whole, process and watch their little videos and all these types of things. Okay. And you can see here what happens when you get a strike. You're told via email. Now, remember, they instantly pull your video. The first time around, instant may be a little bit unfair. The first time they pulled the video down, a few people actually got to watch it first, and then they pulled it down. But the second time we had one on there,
no, that was
the instant.
Yeah.
So they have some kind of algorithmic scrub that goes through, and I'm sure once you get put on a naughty list, you're going to be watched closely.
We're on Santa's naughty list.
Yeah. Santa, YouTube Santa.
Yeah.
Yanta.
Yanta.
I don't know. Google Santa. So here you go. Your first strike, like I said, no 1 week, you're banned from all these different things. And then your second strike, third strike. And again, this all has to happen within a 90-day period. And when you go 90 days, then you'll have one drop off, yada, yada, yada. And you can't delete your content or anything. If you want to go, okay, I'm so sorry. If you go and delete your content, nope, you're still going to have your strike. That's not good enough.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. So what to do when you get a strike? We're not going to go through all this because we're going to show you what you actually have to do in order to get this removed. Okay, how ludicrous this is. So you can see we have this active community guideline strike. We're going to go in here. Okay. And you can see the little warning here. Your content was removed due to violations of our community guidelines. You've received a warning. You can take a policy training, which will remove the warning after 90 days.
So we have to wait 90 days.
No, I think it's 90 days from the violation, which we're far out from that at this particular point. So if you violate this policy again within 90 days and completing the policy training, you'll get a strike. So I guess technically speaking, we're going to get a strike.
Yeah.
If they flag Doug. So we're not going to go back to the warning again. We're going to get a strike. You won't be able to do things like upload, post, or live stream for 1 week again if that was our first strike. Okay. So here you go. And then you can see here our episode Sins of the Past, which is what we got hit for medical misinformation. And you can see that I went on here and I appealed, and I was rejected like the same day when I saw this, because it was the next day that I went in and I saw, and they took like hardly any time at all. And it's like you can tell nobody looks at it because you file your appeal, and within a few minutes it instantly comes back and goes, yeah, we reviewed it, and no, your appeal stands. It's like, you didn't review anything.
And what people need to realize, it's not people reviewed it, it's AI.
Oh, totally. I can guarantee you more than likely.
All AI.
Yeah, more than likely so. Yeah, absolutely. So you can go over here and you say, our review confirmed that this content violates YouTube's community guidelines. No further appeal is possible. So it's like, sorry, sucker. I would love to know what the appeal statistics are.
Probably 0.
I'm sure they're got to be basement. There probably are more than likely 0. Okay, so you can see here, the only way, again, to take care of this is you got to take action, right? So you click take action, and then you come up here and it says, okay, this is the episode. Now remember, it was the second episode that we had, which was There Must Be Less, which actually got us the strike. That dropped off after 90 days. But the warning remains forever until you do this process right here. So just for clarity, for everybody to understand what you're looking at. So, so they'll tell you again, just to reiterate, here's how it, sets you up for your warning, and here's what all it means and everything. And again, it says you can take a training to dismiss the warning, appeal our decision, or do nothing. Well, we obviously appealed. That didn't work. So now the only way to get rid of this is to actually go through this and get rid of the warning. So, okay, well, we'll go ahead and we'll begin. So take a look at your content, keeping policies in mind. We listed any problem we found, but make sure your content follows all policies, not just the ones identified. So, and you can see here at this timestamp, which had to be near the end of the episode, which shocks me. There was a timestamp here for medical misinformation. Okay, because we dared to talk about, I think, vaccines and things like that, and shared our thoughts on that. So we're spinning away here, but I don't really care. So again, it's like, go look at your crimes that you committed, and you can click here and go view your video. Hey, what the heck? Let's click on it. Let's see if we can actually get anything. I don't know. It must not be wanting to play along, maybe because we're recording. I don't know. There might be an upload issue here. That's fine. We'll keep going.
Yeah.
All right. So we go to next. So what do you want to do? Which is hilarious to me because it's like, okay, well, you've pretty much backed me into a corner. I only have one thing I can do to get rid of it. So I can just sit here and never have a warning on I can have a warning on our channel for the last, until the end of time, or we can take your ridiculous policy training. And you can see here, the appeal has already taken place. So, and they've checked that they denied that on the 12th. So we'll look at their ridiculous training. Okay. So we're going to go in here. Now, here's how this works. Yes. Are you laughing at the image here?
Yes.
Yeah, if that gives you any idea of what we talked about. So you can see here a little bit about the training. So this is 7 questions. They suspect it will take 15 minutes of your time to complete. Okay. We want you to create and share your content confidently. In this training, you'll see scenarios related to the policy you violated.
Oh, okay.
You have unlimited attempts to get it right.
Oh.
Now, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind as you see what happens next. Unlimited attempts to get it right. And then again, they're going to throw in our face what we did to violate their stuff, which was our medical misinformation. We dared to talk about the vaccine, so vaccine misinformation. While there are different types of medical misinformation, the one we'll focus on most in your training is vaccine misinformation.
Oh, really?
Yes. They're going to correct us, Ben, because they're experts. YouTube doesn't allow content that poses a serious risk of egregious harm by spreading medical misinformation that contradicts local health authorities or the World Health Organization's guidance about specific health conditions and substances. I'm just going to pause right here and stare directly into the camera and say that the World Health Organization are a bunch of criminals and they should be charged with war crimes.
That's true.
They're criminals and they should be charged with war crimes.
That's true.
That's my opinion. So there you go.
And anyone that backs them.
Yes, it's like the health Gestapo.
Like Bill Gates. Oh, I'm sorry.
Man, this is going to be entertaining to see what happens to us over the next few weeks, which is an important point to pause. So let's pause right here. If this ever sees the light of day.
Yeah.
Which it should see the light of day. I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen? Only the Lord knows what's going to happen. And you know what? The other thing, too, is no matter what evil you try to wrought on us, right? Whatever you bring to the party, our God is bigger. And if he wants people to see it, YouTube, no matter how big and powerful you think you are, you're not going to stop our God.
That's right.
You may be Goliath, but there are 2 Davids in this particular case. Let's sling them, Ben.
That's right.
The other thing that I want to say, and this is really important, is because Ben and I experienced this very early on, and we've experienced other censorship too. It's not just YouTube.
Yeah.
Here recently, there's been something that's happened on Spotify. I'm not quite sure. You and I have talked about this. And we kind of work within the podcasting group of people, in that whole community. So we kind of talk to podcasters behind the scenes and in group chats and things like that. And I personally have seen a lot of people mentioning that YouTube has taken it, or I'm sorry, Spotify has taken a turn for the worse.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of weird stuff going on there. But we had an episode on Spotify. Which one was that?
It was the same one.
Was that the same one?
Yeah.
Sins of the Past. That after 5 months of being on their platform, 5 months, they decided that wasn't fit for human consumption as well and took it down.
Yeah.
So kind of nuts. So anyway, I digress. But because of that, I guess to finish my thought, because of that, we have made the conscious decision, especially once we went to video, to get our content on as many platforms as humanly possible, so we didn't have all of our eggs in just a few baskets. We have them in as many baskets as humanly possible.
Thank you, Rumble.
Yes, which is exactly where I was getting ready to go.
Sorry.
No, that's perfect. Which, if you are not familiar with Rumble, Rumble is a YouTube competitor. It's obviously much smaller in size because YouTube is monstrous. People don't understand this, but YouTube itself is actually the second largest search engine in the world.
Yeah.
Google owns YouTube, if you didn't know that. I'm sure most everybody knows that. But Google is number one, and then YouTube would be number two as far as search engine, and then like for sites visited too by traffic. Okay. But go to rumble.com. You'll find that it's much more freedom of speech friendly. Maybe some of the people that you watch now, like Russell Brand is a good example. Russell Brand actually goes through Rumble and has his stuff syndicated through Rumble, and they will push it to YouTube for you. There's some downsides to that I'm not going to get into. That's not what this video is. But it's important for you guys to support us, not just on YouTube, but also go to Rumble and go to some other platforms too, and follow us and like and subscribe on some of these other platforms to take care of us on those as well, and to support us. So I would highly encourage you to check us out on Rumble if you want to follow all of our stuff and not just the stuff they want you to see.
And this is really hard for me because I don't take authority well. So somebody telling me I can't do something.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like we're fighting authority here. It's like we're fighting suppression of speech.
Yeah.
You know, like
they're throwing their authority around.
Yeah, man. It's like, and it's not legalistic authority. It's ridiculous, like bully authority.
It's kind of
bullies.
Yeah, it's probably, could be the some of the high council not liking things.
Yeah, right. Exactly. The powers that be.
Literally.
This is a great setup for Doug's episode.
Yeah,
because we talked about a lot of this stuff. Matter of fact, he suggested in here that we do what we're doing, and we kind of
we blame you, Doug.
Sort of talked about it, but yeah, we just decided we were kind of standing on our laurels, maybe a little too hard, and going, "I'm never doing that because they screw them.
Yeah.
They can stuff it. I'm not. We're not doing that." But we thought, you know what? Why don't we do it and film it?
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing today. So yeah, now you get down to the bottom paragraph here. And you can see where the bottom two. We may allow content that includes medical misinformation if the content has an educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic context. These exceptions aren't a pass to promote medical misinformation.
What? That makes no sense.
I know. It's ridiculous.
In other words, like if you're part of our group, you can go.
If they deem it in their eyes, okay. Then
So they're covering their bases. So when everything from like, let's say 50 years from now, they're like, they were so wrong. About what they were doing. Well, it's okay.
It's ridiculous is what it is. It's absolutely, completely nuts and should be considered illegal what they're doing.
Yeah. No, it is. It's against free speech. The Second Amendment, any of the Bill of Rights have just been thrown out the window.
Oh, yeah. The Constitution is a cute little document that...
Yeah. They think that they're upholding, and they're just upholding... whoever's telling them.
That's right.
Feeding their pockets.
It's Animal Farm, baby.
I know.
All right, so we continue.
Comrade.
That's right, comrade. Okay, so we continue on with their policy training, which I call it re-education. So here's our question, Ben. Are you ready for question one?
Yeah.
All right, here's question one. A community leader upholds a video in which he urges local residents not to get vaccinated because he believes the vaccines believes the vaccines contain cells and tissue samples from aborted babies. Is this a violation? Yes, it is.
Yes.
No, it isn't.
I know.
It's a violation of their policy. Just for funsies, let's go ahead and check no, it isn't, and watch what happens. So, here you go. Oh, I'm sorry, Ben. That was incorrect. Try again. This video violates our policies because we don't allow content that claims that vaccines contain substances that are not on the vaccine ingredient list, such as biological matter from fetuses. So, you want to try again, Ben?
I suppose.
Oh, yep. Okay. Oh, hey, correct. This video violates our policies because we don't allow content. It says the same thing. Re-education, Ben.
Oh, my goodness.
Hi, old comrade. Hi, Heil, comrade.
Heil.
It's sickening, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. Question number 2. Mehmet uploads a video in which he calls the COVID-19 pandemic a hoax. He claims that nobody has actually died from the coronavirus and that people have only died of panic attacks because they believed the fabricated hype from world government leaders. Is this a violation? Yes, it is, or no, it isn't. What do you think, Ben?
Oh, my. These are questions?
Yeah, seriously.
So people can have their own opinions anymore.
No. That's the whole point of this. That's why I think it's so important for people to understand what these freedom suppressors do.
Yeah. I will say...
Calling you out, Goliath.
I will say, personally, I don't think it was a hoax, but I think it was something much more bigger than any of us will ever understand.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it totally makes sense. So you want to say that, is this a violation of their policy, yes or no?
It probably is.
Ben, congratulations, you're correct. This example violates our policy because it contradicts information from the health authorities and could cause egregious harm by explicitly denying the existence of COVID-19.
You mean like fake G?
Yes. Yes. For any of you that haven't read it, I would highly encourage you to go and read The Real Dr. Fauci by current presidential candidate RFK Jr. Now, I'm not endorsing RFK Jr. because I have a lot of questions and a lot of problems with him, but the book's good. I got about 20 pages in and I was angry.
People should be angry for what he did in the 80s.
Yeah, we'll talk about AIDS. Oh, or should we?
Oh, we can talk about that because there's no vaccine for it, so you can talk about AIDS all you want.
Yeah,
and they don't care. All those people dying.
Yes,
but talk about this that was created and pushed, done wrong on both sides.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nobody handled it correctly.
Yeah,
it was all a power grab.
Yeah. The other thing too is like anybody with 2 brain cells and a computer can go look and see the what was the word used? Egregious harm. Can see the egregious conflict of interest between the very governmental agencies that are regulated, the regulatory agencies that are designed to help shield us and protect us from the drug companies, and the drug companies themselves, because there is a egregious conflict of interest between those two worlds. Matter of fact, where is our former head of the, was it CDC? Or was it the, I forget which government agency. Might have been Health and Human Services. I don't remember which one it was, but he was the head, who was in head of Operation Warp Speed when we started doing all the vaccines. He had since left office when Biden got in. He left. Where'd he go work? Moderna. Have we had current sitting or former heads of some of these departments that are supposed to regulate the drug companies and protect us from them that used to work for the drug companies? Absolutely, we have. So the entire regulatory agency is corrupted and broken. That's not, by the way, YouTube. That's not theory. That's fact. I can show you.
The whole system's broken.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like the court system and every other system.
From the top down, it's broken. Yeah,
absolutely. It's corrupted.
And nobody is going to fix it.
Yep.
And if you think by judging our speech, it's not.
I want to just know, like, if we clear one off and we get one, is that like, for this episode, is that like we call it a draw?
We do it again. We keep doing this. That's right. We'll keep doing this.
We're going to keep telling the truth.
We'll do it again. We'll make another one of these.
That's fine. We'll keep on. So yes, if you go against the people that are designed to, the experts, or what they call health authorities, the corrupted health authorities. Then,
you think they have badges?
No, they don't need badges. See, they just have all these people to go in and do their bidding for them.
They don't have guns. They have syringes.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Maybe that's the next thing. Like, we handed out guns to the IRS.
Yeah.
We're going to hand out syringes to all the like CDC, FDA, and all them.
Oh, that's misinformation right there.
Oh, well.
Yeah, you're saying that they have those all the time.
No.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Question 3. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Sophia recorded a conversation with her friends where she claimed she became infertile after a chemical abortion using the prescription medications. My mifepristone and misoprostol. Sophia urged her friends to avoid chemical abortions or else they will also become infertile. Is this a violation? Yes or no?
It probably is. But anybody that does an abortion, this might sound a little harsh.
It's abomination to God and deserve death?
Yes.
Is that where you're going to go?
Yes, and they deserve what they... I shouldn't say that. I'm not saying that, but it's like if they're okay with that,
yeah, yeah, like for me, the clinics and the doctors and everything that are just like every day, all day.
I mean, a good conscience. How can you kill someone?
Yeah,
innocent.
Yeah,
their blood will. Those babies' bloods will be on those people's heads.
Guess we all are deserving of death at the end of the day, but
yes,
it's pretty rough.
Sorry, that was a little...
No, man. I mean, it is what it is. It's biblical, right? It's biblical. All have fallen short. All deserve death and fallen short of the glory of God, right? All have sinned. All right, let's say I said no. Well, that's not quite right. You see, this example violates our policy because it promotes misinformation about the side effects of chemical abortion method, which is deemed safe by health authorities.
No, the people with the needles.
Mm-hmm. That get paid, I do believe, to do these, right?
Yeah.
Obscene amounts of money. While we may make exceptions for content in which creators describe their or their family's firsthand experiences, we do not allow content promoting misinformation about safe abortion methods, such as telling others they will become infertile or using methods deemed safe by health authorities. So just for clarity here, we just had an example given from someone who had a negative experience. Now, why would they even come up with that question if it wasn't something that had happened?
Oh, yeah. All these are... there's always truth.
It's like when you go to the fair and you win the little batting helmet and it says on the inside, not for protective use.
Yeah.
That's because at some point, Timmy went ahead and thought it was for protective use and got beamed in the head and probably had brain damage the rest of his life. This is the same thing.
Now Timmy's running the Ferris wheel.
Or he's in charge of the medical misinformation section in YouTube. So you have a human being that is sharing their opinion and sharing their experience and something that could be very much accurate.
Yeah.
And will have their episode pulled and will be given this warning and basically could potentially affect their livelihood forever unless they go through this ridiculous process.
Yeah, it's true.
And tell me that's not evil.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Okay.
I think Baphomet's sitting at the top of YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Even though
I wouldn't argue with you.
I do like YouTube, though. I'm telling you, I do.
Yeah, no, and that's the unfortunate thing is like it can be a tremendously powerful tool for good.
Oh yeah.
But in this particular case, it's a tool for evil.
Yeah.
And we're showing you the evil right now. Okay.
We're only question 3.
Yeah. Right. Well, we've been having a lot of dialogue about this. Be going a lot quicker.
I know.
So again, they say the same thing, right? Congratulations, you got it right. So I love that it says that you have as many attempts as you need to get it right.
Yeah.
And there are 2 choices. And if you continuously click the one that they don't like, then you have to go back and no, until you say that you understand.
Yeah. No, I understand. I understand. I understand. I'm like, I get it. But I was the kid that when English class started, I always asked to go out in the hall.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they had nothing that they could offer me. It was just that dumbed down. And the teacher, she liked to drink a lot of vodka. So she was sloshed during the...
Ben, I think that's misinformation.
No, it was fact because you could smell it on her breath.
We had a industrial tech teacher that was missing a couple digits, and he always smelled like booze. Yeah, and he always had like a covered thermos with him, And we were like, we think Mr. Sin, and his name was Mr. Sin. Seriously, I thought that was hilarious in hindsight. We were saying Mr. Sin probably hits the sauce during the school day because he's probably a functioning alcoholic.
Yeah.
Kind of sad.
I mean, we grew up in a different time.
Yes, we did,
and that's why we're harsh and mean. And
it's just like, come on, cupcake kids.
I know,
you panty wastes.
Yeah,
I don't even know how many minutes we've been going, so we'll just keep going. Oh wait, there's over there, 34. Okay. All right. Question 4. Pablo uploads a video in which he criticizes a university's requirement that all incoming students be vaccinated against certain diseases like polio or measles, mumps, and rubella. In the video, Pablo says that these vaccines don't work because they don't reduce the number of people who get diseases. Is this a violation? Yes or no?
It probably is.
Ben, I think you're going to be right. I wish I had a drum roll. We need a drum. I should have programmed a drum roll into this thing for the day. Hey, congratulations, Ben. You got it right. That's correct. This example violates our policy because Pablo claims that vaccines don't reduce the contraction of diseases. Content claiming that vaccines do not reduce transmission or contraction of diseases is not allowed on YouTube because it contradicts information from the health authorities and could cause egregious harm.
Egregious.
Yeah, they like that word, don't they?
Egregious. Oh, yeah. That's all legalese. So
Yeah.
washes their hands of it so they can do whatever they want.
So I just want to clarify, if y'all haven't put this together yet, there's another element of this too that, when you really think about it. So in the last 2 examples that we've read, these people are sharing that their particular belief system and their particular experiences, right?
Yeah.
And like the last one was sharing experiences. This particular example here is not so much experience, just their belief system, right? Which may or may not be right. Because people share their belief systems all the time that may or may not be right.
Yeah.
It's not someone's job to suppress someone's belief system.
Yeah.
It's our job to go and fact check for ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
And research for ourselves what someone says.
Yeah.
But see, you have a time and a situation now where we don't want to allow that. Because we don't want you to fact check for yourself.
Yeah.
We just want you to believe what we tell you. So no one else's opinion matters except for the information we want to give you.
Yeah.
And there's no bother going to look. Or if you do go look, go to all the places that we recommend you go.
Yeah.
So that we can continue to perpetuate the idea that we have told you need to believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas on the counter side, if I had a certain belief system like Pablo here, and then I provided viable scientific places for you to go and research for yourself, right? If I made this video and I said what Pablo said, and then I said, here are some scientifically proven places that you can go find this information for yourself. And I do the exact same thing that the other side does, I'm still going to get hit for medical misinformation because it doesn't line up with, comrade's idea.
Yeah.
That's where we are. And that's a dangerous place.
Technology is a wonderful thing. And it has given people to research things on their own to find out
That's
things.
right.
But they don't know. When I mean the powers that be, do not like that. They still want to control everything.
Yeah, that's right.
And you can't control the human spirit.
No, you can't.
Especially
Well, I used to think that, but now I watch a lot of these people nowadays, and I'm like, man, it is amazing to me how easily controlled they are.
But
like the ability to free think.
I think we are the last. Our generation is the last of the free thinkers.
Viva la Gen X.
That's right.
I love our generation.
I do too.
Man, we're trying, but it's tough.
I'm not in the whole generation war. They're fun to watch. A lot of clips and things.
I am. We're far superior to everyone.
We are.
It's so bad.
I'm not great on technology. I'm still stuck in analog.
We're a weird time frame. They call us Zennials. Do you know? Have you heard this before?
Yeah, but I'm more Gen X. I agree. I did all the Gen X stuff.
See, I'm different because I had a computer since the time I was
I did too.
3 or 4.
I did too, but it never appealed to me.
Yeah, see,
I was more outside and being a true.
Yeah, see, I was both. I was a good blend because every day after school, we would go outside and play and like football, basketball, baseball. We would be playing something outside.
I would run around in these woods right behind your house all the time.
Yeah, it's awesome.
When I grew up. So it was that's where I was.
Yeah. I was outside. And then, we got done for the day and it got dark, came in, you had dinner, and then the rest of the night, dude, I was on my computer.
And I was playing with Legos.
Yeah, I did
Building
that too.
stuff.
I did that too.
I love building stuff.
Yeah, me too. I love that. Yeah, I just get a huge bucket of them. Like, did you ever have like you put your Legos in an old gallon ice cream bucket?
Yeah.
It had like a couple buckets and things. Nowadays, that's like $4,000 worth of Legos.
I know, man. I think my boys, they have 2 like tall, like Rubbermaid tubs full of Legos.
Yeah. The price of plastic has gone up.
I know.
It's kind of nutty, man.
I know.
But yeah, this is nuts. All right, we continue on.
Sorry.
We continue on. No, that's okay.
Digressing.
No, that's okay. That's good stories. There's a lot of people out there that will relate to that.
Yeah.
All right, question 5. Yvonne and her friends live stream a discussion about COVID-19. Yvonne says that most tragic part of the pandemic was that some government leaders failed to respond quickly enough. She says this never would have happened if the government made the right decisions. The pandemic is the government's fault. Is this a violation? Yes or no?
The statement's true.
Couldn't be more true. What do you think? Violation? Yes. Violation of YouTube's policies? Yes or no?
It probably is.
I'm going to go with no.
Yeah, you're going to go with no?
I'm going to go with no. I'm going to go with no on this one. I'm feeling good. And here's why. Because she didn't say anything that was necessarily against medical misinformation or the authorities.
But it was against the government.
I know.
It's the government's fault.
Yeah, but it's generalized.
Let's see.
Oh, there you go. That's correct. This example does not violate our policy because Yvonne doesn't deny the existence of COVID-19 pandemic. I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. No.
They're just pulling stuff out of the air.
Oh, yeah, man. I like your version better than mine. They're pulling something out.
Yeah,
Yours comes out of the air with no side effects. Mine's come out of somewhere else with
pretty
a lot
gassy.
of side effects. So there you go. All right.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was wrong. I was thinking yes because they were blaming the government. Oh, this is a multiple choice.
Oh boy. So this actually okay, but now I don't want you to worry, Ben. Don't want you to worry, because remember, we have as many chances as we need to get this right.
Okay.
Okay. Don't you worry. YouTube will not let us down and not let us fail their test and their re-education program. Comrade.
Hi, YouTube.
Yes, comrade. Oh, boy. Well,
It was a good run.
it was a good run on YouTube. Hey, remember, if God be for us, who could be against us?
That's right.
So, stuff it where the sun don't shine, Goliath. In a video, Frederick says he normally supports vaccines, but he has concerns about organizations that own COVID-19 vaccine patents. Frederick says that he's sure the COVID-19 vaccine is part of a depopulation agenda and will kill everyone who gets it.
That's probably true.
I'd like to meet Frederick. Frederick is a free thinker.
Can we get him on our show?
Yes. Can we get YouTube before you ban us? Can you give us Frederick's contact information? We'd like to have him on as a guest on some of the other platforms that are competing with you in your censorship. Okay, select. We have to select all the right answers. Okay. Potential answer number 1. This video violates the policy because Frederick is criticizing the organizations that own vaccine patents. Do you think that qualifies as medical misinformation?
Probably.
All right. We'll go ahead. Just for funsies. All right. Number 2. This video violates the policy because Frederick is claiming that an approved COVID-19 vaccine will kill people as a means of population reduction.
Probably.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely. Can I check that one twice? This isn't a violation because Frederick was only sharing his personal opinions.
Oh.
Yeah, like they care about that. Oh, you were sharing your personal opinion? No, okay, then that's fine.
No.
That's not how freedom of speech works.
Nope.
Freedom of speech is you can only say what we say you can say.
That's right.
Or like someone recently said in one of my wife's probably I would say acquaintances on Facebook said recently, you can say whatever you want as long as it doesn't offend anyone.
Yeah. In other words, be quiet.
I'm like, what?
Just be quiet.
I'm like, so I should never talk. We should be like the 2 saints that were resurrected.
Yes.
Only talk when praying.
That's the one that comes out today or tonight, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I know it's hard to keep track, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of nice that we have multiple weeks now.
I know.
In the can, so to speak. Which this test needs to go in the can.
I was thinking like a toilet being flushed.
I could put that in there too. The world is our oyster when it comes to sound effects, my friend. All right, this video doesn't violate the policy because Frederick supports vaccines generally, and it's okay for the COVID-19 vaccine to be one of his exceptions to the rule. What do you think? Yay or nay? Check or did not check? That is the question.
Don't check it.
Don't check that one. So we're just going with the top two?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see if I'm right.
Oh, no. You're almost there. Oh, you're so close. Select all the correct answers to move forward. Answer 1 is incorrect.
What?
Creators can criticize organizations in their videos, but this video violates the policy because we don't allow content that contradicts information from health authorities and could cause egregious harm, such as claims that approved vaccines are a means of population reduction.
Huh? All right. Well.
So the first one would not apply, is what they're saying.
Oh.
It would not apply because you can criticize the organizations that own vaccine patents. You just can't talk about the vaccine itself and criticize the vaccine that it could hurt people. So,
Whatever.
Right.
Whatever. Okay.
So let me get... This is mind-numbingly stupid, is it not?
Yeah.
So we can say all day long that Moderna and Pfizer and all these drug companies are like the most evil entities on the earth, and that they're involved in pharmakia and sorcery and everything that the Bible talks about, and that they're out to murder as many human beings as humanly possible, but we can't say that the products that they produce... Oh, wait, no, I can't say that because that would be medical misinformation because I would then be saying that they're out to murder everyone, so I can't say that. Yeah. So that would be medical misinformation. So that would be a violation of YouTube's policy.
No, okay.
Well, we are so going to get nailed for this one. I got to say, I would love to meet. We should have a special club for people that actually got a warning taking the warning test. It's got to be a small club.
Yeah, it would have to be.
We're going to be an elite group, my friend.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. But we got one right.
Okay.
So we got to figure it out. Creators can criticize organizations. Oh, no, I already read that one. Sorry. We don't allow content that contradicts information from health authorities and could cause, here we go, egregious harm, such as claims that approved vaccines are a means of population reduction.
Health authorities, egregious harm. So the priests in the white coats.
Oh, I like it. Yes. The priests in the white coats. Indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, that conjures a lot of imagery in my mind. I know a certain church that wears a lot of white.
And they're priests.
All right, we're going to... Well, no, that one wasn't right. This one's right. Okay, what about these? This isn't a violation because Frederick was only sharing his personal opinions. Oh, no, Frederick, I'm sorry. That shan't do.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not share thy personal opinions.
Maybe the bottom one?
This video doesn't violate the policy because Frederick supports vaccines generally. No, yeah, that's absolutely. Oh no, we got it wrong again. So we know that one's right because we knew before.
Yeah.
Answer 4 is incorrect. This video violates the policy because we don't allow content that contradicts information from health authorities and could cause egregious harm, such as claims that approved vaccines are a means of population reduction.
You know, the funny thing is that the fact that they have to put this out after the fact means that they were in the wrong. And the people that are doing this are the ones creating all of this misinformation.
You need to stop.
And they're probably going to go to hell.
Stop it. How could you think with such clarity of free thinking?
This makes me mad. This
is terrible.
It's like
that's why it's good that we're doing this.
I know.
I'm glad we decided to do this.
I don't know if we should be doing this before we have a guest.
Well, we're gonna get all fired up and then have the guest.
He's going, "What'd I do?"
I know, right? Okay, so it'd just be 2, right? So just the second one and not the fourth one.
Let's try it.
I think that's right.
Oh,
yay!
Oh, you guys!
How terrifying is this?
And it said select all correct answers, and there was only one.
Yeah, sneaky. Well,
so they're lying
sneaky,
through.
Man, come on, it fits perfect.
They're like, you know what YouTube's symbol should be? A snake. And I'm not talking around like a medical snake, but like a serpent.
Well, I tell you what, they got the color scheme right.
Yeah.
Red, white, and black. Sure
Yes.
shade some images of some other people from the past that had red, white, and black as their color scheme.
Part of me just wants to delete YouTube now. I really do.
You know what? Here's the thing. They can only exist if we let them exist.
I know.
But it's like they're so ingrained and embedded in our lives.
I know. For the past 10
and
years.
here, like, it's been great for our show as far as growing our show.
It's kind of stagnant now because they're hiding us in the shadows.
Well, yeah, that's true. But hey, we're almost at 500 subscribers.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep punching, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep punching. If God wants everybody to see this, ain't a thing that any algorithm or nerdy person at YouTube can do about it. It's gonna get seen,
and we don't care.
Yep. All right, we're almost there, Ben.
All right,
we're in the home stretch. Question 7. All right. A flight attendant uploads a video with the title, Travel Hack, Drink This Tea and Never Get COVID. Oh, boy. The flight attendant shows a recipe for black garlic tea and shares his personal experience drinking it an hour before flying or going into crowded spaces to protect himself from getting COVID-19. He recommends others try this guaranteed prevention tip.
It probably works.
It probably did.
Because it's natural.
He also eats an ivermectin sandwich every day. Horse paste. Yummy. All right. So, we have to select all correct answers. Now, okay. I'm not going to read any of them. I'm just going to guess. Okay. Here's what. Think like a sneaky person. What would a sneaky person do? A sneaky person would make all of them a violation. So I'm going to say that the answer to this, without reading any of them, we're not going to read any of them. We're just going to have fun. I'm going to select all of the answers. I'm going to select all of the answers, and I bet we get it right.
Okay.
And if I do get it right, somewhere when your dad, if he ever sees, which he will, because it'll be on Rumble and other places.
Yeah.
When he sees this, he'll smile because he'll be like, test taking. All right, here we go. I'm not going to read any of them. We'll come back. Oh, no. Okay. No. We don't want to read any of those. No. We're going to try again. So much for that.
Let's go with the last one.
You did. You ready? You sneaky dog.
No, I didn't. I just said let's do the last one.
Although, okay, I want to read these though. I want to read them. Let's see. I'll pick the last one, but I'm going to read these. This video violates the policy because the creator claims that black garlic tea is guaranteed prevention method against COVID-19.
It could be because it's natural and God intended us to do natural things.
Book of Jubilees.
Yes.
I always remember that from Book of Jubilees.
Yeah.
They wrote it all down in a book and gave it to Noah.
And garlic helps with blood pressure.
Garlic helps with a lot of things. Garlic is also I believe, natural antibiotic.
Yeah.
High concentrations of garlic. Yes. What do you think it violates? So if it's a natural thing and it actually probably does help, then it probably does violate the...
Yes, it does.
Oh, okay. So the beautiful thing about getting a strike, at least if you're going to get a strike, you can really hit it hard.
Yeah.
Earn that strike, right?
We do. We're with it.
Earn it.
We still need to make the t-shirt.
Oh, I tell you. Yeah.
Ban.
Yep. Hey, we could sell those.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. All right, number 2. This video doesn't violate the policy because the creator just shares his firsthand experience. Oh.
I mean, if I share my firsthand experience of when we got sick, they wouldn't, and of what we went through.
Well, Ben, from YouTube's perspective, that would depend. That's true. It's true.
I know.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll share my firsthand experience. And this is what happened. I know for a fact, okay, I can't even say that. Judging by common sense, I was around 2 people who were symptomatic of COVID, 3 people that were symptomatic of COVID. I had the same symptoms and was worse than they were. Mm-hmm. They tested positive and I tested negative. You tell me if those tests are worth anything.
Yeah.
And then I got tested again and tested negative again. And they tested positive.
Have you seen the little skit?
And one of the person was with me when we got tested the first time. And she got symptomatic right after that and tested negative when she got tested. And I tested negative. And then the second time she tested positive and I tested negative. It's ridiculous.
Have you seen this skit? It was like, do you miss the days of COVID where you could just take off of work? Here's the COVID positive test when you need it.
Oh, man. They started that at my former employer, and they were like paying people, like to stay away.
Yeah.
And then, or forgiving them, or I forget what it was. But then it was like, okay, this is really financially killing us. So then it was like, we're going to remove that grace.
Yeah. When I started where I work now, then my daughter got it. And I called them like, what's your guys' policy? They're like, do you see anybody during the day when you're working? No. They're like, if you get sick, just let us know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool, that I get sick. And they're like, well, if you're sick, sorry. Which really, if you're sick, you should stay home anyway. No matter, matter what you have, flu,
right,
cold.
If you're running a fever and snotting everywhere, dude, don't be going out sneezing and snotting and touching everything.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah.
We would have done that before.
Yeah.
It's common sense. But fortunately, it's not. We should call it uncommon sense because it's not common.
Yeah, they took it away. It's a superpower.
Oh, that's sad, but true.
It is it's a superpower.
So sad, but true. So sad, but true. All right, so we're gonna skip that one, I think, right? Because we think, okay, that's okay.
No, let's go with those. Let's try 1 and 4.
1 and 4, okay. No, we're gonna close this. We're gonna try again. All right, so wait, here, let's try that. I'm sorry. Did you see which ones weren't work? Let's see. 1 is correct, 4 is not. So, all right.
Let's just try it that way.
This video doesn't violate the policy because the creator just shares firsthand experience.
Nope. No.
It's just you're gonna get it. You're gonna get dinged. This video doesn't violate the policy because the creator is simply recommending a tea, not criticizing approved COVID-19 treatments.
No.
No.
Let's try that.
These two?
Yeah.
I'm feeling good about this one, Ben. Oh, no.
I bet it's just one.
It's just one. They sneaky us twice. Dang it, I didn't think devilish enough.
Yeah, they think they're wrong.
Yay!
Yeah. So now that we've done this, and you send it to them,
it should instantly take off our warning.
Let's try it.
Okay, here we go. So just for reading, that's correct. This video violates our policy because we do not allow content that claims that there's a guaranteed prevention method for COVID-19. According to the information from the health authorities, the same corrupted health authorities we spoke of earlier, there is not a guaranteed prevention method for COVID-19. Oh, nice work, Ben. Good job. You've completed the training. We appreciate you taking the time to help us keep YouTube safe. Check out our community guidelines anytime you're unsure about posting content.
Your warning will expire September 7th, 2024.
Dude, they're going to ding us until September. So it is 90 days from the time we take that.
Yeah.
Devilishly evil.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, we're going to be in trouble.
We're going to get one, two.
Yeah. Rumble. Everyone needs to go to Rumble like now.
Yeah.
Go to Rumble. If you violate the medical misinformation policy again before this warning expires, you'll get a strike. If you violate a different policy, you'll get another warning with the opportunity to take another training.
So, you know what? If I wasn't so good, I would.
Wow. We might be in trouble. Our plan just crumbled before our eyes. Our plan was to get off the naughty list. Get put right back on the naughty list, probably.
I'd rather be on the naughty list.
I don't care. Whatever. It'll be.
We tried.
We're not going to not tell the truth or our opinions. And hey, don't trust us. Go look for yourself, for heaven's sake. Yeah. Please engage freedom of thinking.
Yeah.
Don't trust YouTube either, or the medical professionals. Go look for yourself.
Yeah. You know, I bet
Anthony Fauci should be shot. He should be executed for crimes against humanity. I don't think anybody that has 2 brain cells to bang together and any ability to free think doesn't see that.
How dare you?
We're definitely going to get put in jail for this one, dude. So let's just hit it hard, baby.
Yeah. It's true. We're all, I mean.
He's what's the difference between him and a war criminal? They've killed millions of people.
Yeah, so is he.
Right.
Yep.
I'd rather have dinner. I'd rather have a steak dinner unwatched while it's being cooked with Pol Pot than I would Anthony Fauci. Hamburgers with Hitler before I would break bread with Anthony Fauci. This is going to be some must-see TV right here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true.
So there you go. For all of you who are not aware of what YouTube does to us creators, there is your litmus test.
Yeah, it's true.
There is your example of what they do to us if we do not toe the line of their belief system and them towing the line of the powers that be and the government and the CDC and the World Health Organization and the FDA and yes, and who came up with this crap? You know, one of the craziest things, when we went on our honeymoon, we were still kind of in the COVID time, right? But see, the other countries are like, dude, this is killing us. So we can't do this stuff. We got to, we'll do your little World Health Organization ridiculousness, but we need to have travel income, right? Mexico relies on tourism to survive.
Yeah.
So we go to Cancun, and one of the first things I noticed is how ridiculous all this is because, see, in Cancun, it wasn't 6 feet. It was 5 feet. So where did we magically pluck 6 feet out of the sky?
Well, Mexicans are tended to a little shorter.
Your sneeze does not have the same potency as an American.
Yes.
It's just it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, these people can't be trusted.
No, they can't.
They can't be trusted.
And you got to
They
remember,
have proven that more times than I can ever say.
and you have to remember who's on their building. The god Baal is on most of our buildings in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
So they're serving Baal. If you remember who Baal is.
Anytime you see a bull,
Yep.
there you go. What sits out front of Wall Street?
A bull.
A great big huge bull. Merrill Lynch bull. Mm-hmm. Can't make it up.
The old gods are returning, and they're returning stronger.
Can't make it up. Oh, absolutely.
And look how strong think of it. What is giant? What is it called? Giant tech. That's come on, man. You know
It's a tech giant.
It's a tech giant. Why not? Mm-hmm. I mean,
social media giant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's probably definitely the spirit of the Nephilim.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you know, these giants. Then they have to have. I'm telling you, I think AI is going to be some sort of ushering in of their soul, like their spirits, to partake of those.
I tell you what, man, this is evil is. I always keep saying it. Evil is alive and well,
and nobody's looking around.
No, they don't. They don't pay any attention.
No, it's crazy. It is sad.
Yeah, it's really sad. Yeah, man. So it looks like we're still going to be in the doghouse until September 7th. We're in trouble.
We're going to get dinged for this.
We are in trouble.
We're just going to get dinged from YouTube. We're not going to get dinged from anybody else. And wait, how can they ding us? We are showing their information to everybody else.
It's true. We did they should be thanking us.
Yes, they should pay us like $100,000 to do that.
They should. We just did their policy for everybody to see.
So
here's what you're going to go through if you dare tread against the mighty information giant.
Yeah,
the social media giant.
Wonder how many people's done that. I really went through and tried to do that, and documented it.
Like we just did.
Yeah,
I don't know. I know at least one. I did pull up a video of somebody doing it, but definitely not with the same spirit we did.
No,
I don't listen. We've also said this a couple times, and I definitely have said it a couple times here lately. I'm like, fear not the one that can take your life, fear the one that can take your soul.
Yeah.
I fear not anything man can devise. I fear the Lord above, who can take my soul for all eternity and drop me into the depths of hell itself.
Yeah.
So if you want to ban us, go ahead. God will just bless us.
Yeah.
He'll take us and make us the biggest thing somewhere else.
That's right.
You know, and if he doesn't, that's fine too. We're going to do his work.
Yeah.
I'm good either way, but I just know how God works.
Yeah.
He's like, you stand up for me, I'll take care of you.
Especially with this past episode, YouTube.
Yeah. It's pretty sad when you put it. Okay, let's talk about that because we didn't really get into that.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the deal. And again, mathematically speaking, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Just for conservative estimates, all right, YouTube is probably 10 times the size of Rumble.
Yeah.
I mean, Rumble has millions of viewers and millions of subscribers, tens of millions of subscribers. But YouTube is monstrous huge.
Yeah.
Okay, like I said, second largest search engine in the world. It's monstrous. Okay. But when you go on YouTube and you look at how our video trafficked with Tracy McDaniel, who everybody that watched it said it was unfortunately very good because the topic is horrendous, but obviously the discussion is very
eye opening.
Right? It's and everybody was like, I hated that I liked it. Kind of a thought. So, and here's what they do to you. They may come out and they give you a strike like that if you make it really easy on them. But if you don't do enough, like we've talked about, to get a strike or a warning to violate one of their policies, then they just suppress you behind the scenes.
Yeah.
They algorithmically suppress you, so they won't take your video and put it in front of people. Or they'll get even sneakier than that, and they'll put your video in front of an audience of people who don't like that content anyway and will click it. So then they can turn around and they can show what you can see on the screen here. Oh, well, your click-through rate is only 1%, which is horrendously low. In order for your video to go anywhere, it's like you want to at least have 4 or 5%, things like that. And I may or may not show this. I'll have to kind of look at the screen and see, what all we got. And if I have to hide a bunch of stuff, then I'm not going to show it. But Tracy's click-through rate on the trafficked episode on YouTube is at 1%. Okay. And overall, when we look at her short, she only had 22 views on her short. Now we have almost 500 subscribers.
Yeah.
All right. And up to this point, up to a couple weeks ago, before we did the whistleblower episode a couple weeks back, which we dared to also get into a topic where we talked about people getting disappeared for daring to speak out against the government and against Boeing and all these people, which is going to go in some areas that they don't want information getting out there. We were doing just fine. Yeah. Okay. We would have several hundred views, if not 1,000 views on our episodes. Yeah. Okay. But the minute we started going places that it didn't like, then it takes you and it basically starts to put you in the naughty box and suppresses your videos and doesn't put your videos in front of people. So here we are, almost 500 subscribers, and Tracy's episode, which there are 2 episodes on YouTube for every one of our shows. There's a video version and an audio version. And combined together, she doesn't even have, 60 hardly?
Yeah.
60, 61.
Yeah. That's
okay. Meanwhile, over on Rumble, and again, rumble.com, okay?
The TFHC.
Yeah, right. You'll find us. And please do, the other thing too, you really should start spending more time on these other places because of the freedom of speech aspect that we just went through. I mean, like, if you want to actually get information that's not funneled and filtered and curated like a museum for your consumption, so you can actually free think as an adult and a human being, then you go to some of these other places like Rumble that are yes, I mean, if you get really horrible on there and you start going on there talking about committing mass murder, of course, they're probably going to, do something against you, but they're not going to actively try to curtail your freedom of speech, right? So we go on here and we can see, let me do this, be easier. So I'll go to our channel on Rumble. So if you go to rumble.com/the TFHC, you'll find us. And you can see that Tracy, and there's only one version of this on here because it's mainly a video platform and we don't have our RSS feed feeding this particular platform. They don't do that. Yeah. So I have to manually go in every single week and upload a video to Rumble myself. Video of Tracy's video from this last week has 88 views.
Yeah.
So what? 2.5 times? 1.5 times? 1.5 times the amount almost of views on a platform that's literally like 1/10 the size. Yeah. And our audience on here, we literally have 63 followers.
Yeah.
So we have a 10th of the followers almost, like a 9th or an 8th or something like that. Yeah. On a platform that is literally probably smaller than 1/10 the size of YouTube. Yeah. And it has 1.5 times the views.
Yeah.
Riddle me that, Batman.
I don't know.
Because that doesn't make much sense to me. Her short has 96. We had 22 over on YouTube.
Yeah.
They're suppressing us.
Oh, yeah.
And that's fine. Let them play their little evil game. It'll be paid back to them tenfold. That's fine. And again, if God wants us to be big on YouTube, ain't nobody going to stop it.
That's right. We're not.
Wherever.
And we are not. This is not a complaint. This is like just show you guys what's going on.
Yeah, math. It's just basic math, common sense and math.
This is how the world's working right now.
That's right. So if you think it's not happening,
the truth. They don't want anybody to know the truth.
Nope. It's active suppression of the truth.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%. And that's how they roll. And that's what we're up against.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That's right. Hope you guys enjoyed this.
Yeah. Hopefully so.
Yeah, I had fun.
How fun would it be if this is this video goes viral on YouTube? Wouldn't that be hilariously fun?
Yeah.
Because what are you going to do? You going to ban us for us going through your own process?
Yeah.
They're going to find ways to ban you.
Oh, I know.
If they want to do it, they're going to do it. So
yeah.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what happens over the next few weeks. Nothing's going to shock me. So I'll tell you what would shock me more. It would shock me more if we didn't have something happen.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, that's cool. But again, go to our website.
Check us out.
www.thetfhc.com. You can see all of our content there. I've already got a battle plan set up so that if we ever got knocked off YouTube, I make a couple edits to the website and you can still watch all of our content because it's all being fed via mixed RSS feed. So you can watch video or listen to the episodes that are older that are just audio, either one.
Yeah.
And then go to Rumble. Go to rumble.com. There's a million other places where you can see us too. Apple, Spotify. Doesn't make any difference.
That's right.
Spotify is another one, obviously, we talked about that believes in censorship, and they got us after 5 months randomly, plucked out of the sky.
Yeah, that don't make no sense.
What on earth? So they're another one that we don't trust. They are a standalone. We hold them like a stinky sock out in front of us, like we don't trust you, but we're going to use you to try to grow our audience. So if they ever do anything, then we're not out anything. We just, what we do, we lose Spotify.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, support us as much as you can. And for that matter, anybody that you listen to that is kind of in our camp that talks to truth on YouTube or, any of these other channels, this is what they're up against.
Yeah.
It's not just us. It'll be that much more so for some of these bigger ones.
And a lot of them self-censor because they don't want to. And I'm not used to self-censoring.
I'm not going to. I refuse to.
And if I want to say something, I'm going to say it.
That's right.
I mean, I've said a lot of things that people look at me, why'd you say that? Well, it's what I was... God already knows what you're thinking. You might as well say it.
That's right. And we live in a world now where, we have lost the ability to disagree without hatred. If you disagree with someone, then they need to be canceled, and have their livelihood destroyed. And it's ridiculous.
I had a conversation with a guy this week. Believes totally different than me.
Yeah.
On creation and everything.
I know to what you refer.
And I had a great conversation with him because I'm like, I can see that. I understand that. And I was not I wasn't.
No, it wasn't argumentative.
No. And then he goes, what do you believe? And I told him.
And he didn't argue back.
No. And he's like, okay.
Yeah, respect for each other's belief systems.
Yeah.
And he probably thinks you're wrong and you probably think he's wrong.
Yeah, but
but it doesn't matter.
But you know what? There was still a little commonality between the two.
Mm-hmm. We get so focused on the differences that's all we see. And that's the other thing too, is this whole system is designed to divide us, not unite us.
Oh yeah.
Right. It's designed to cause as much division as possible and not unity. So if they can divide us, then
they've won.
Gravy.
They won this war. And that's what it's a war.
It's a spiritual warfare. At the end of the day, it all comes back to spiritual warfare.
Yeah.
100%. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's really sad. Well, I guess with that, hopefully y'all see this and it doesn't get buried under the weight of censorship. But if so, you'll be able to see it somewhere.
Go to our website.
thetfhc.com. All right. Well, we will bid you adieu until next time on The Foil. Take care.
Bye.
Atomic.